pineapple family. That's what they call an air plant. Doesn't help or hurt the trees, just takes up space. But Spanish moss is responsible for the very first auto recall in the history of Detroit. You know, Henry Ford, he's a notorious cheapskate. He's sucking the teeth of the very first Model Ts of Spanish moss. Turns out, though, Spanish moss can have nasty little chiggers that bite and itch. You can imagine what part of people's anatomy started to itch. Henry Ford had to recall the seats on the very first Model T. It's too cheap that time, shouldn't have done it. So if you're walking around town, you see it lying around, don't pick it up, don't try to take it home. The chiggers are acid because it's different orange. We're going to turn right now. The building's going to be on your left. This was one of Richard Kessler's five-star hotels. He sold it last year. But when he had it built, he told the architects he wanted to match up with this mansion he bought on the other end of the building. We're going to circle the block. You'll see the mansion shortly. It's off to the left here. But the building was built, the mansion was built in 1888, but the building's only about, that building's only about 20 years old. Now these buildings on your right, this is the southern boundary of the historic district. And if you want to do anything to one of these buildings, if you want to paint it, you have to get permission nowadays from the commission. As a matter of fact, they've got to approve the color you choose. It's got to be a color that has a chance of being authentic. No day glow chartreuse allowed. We have enough ugly buildings here left over from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Don't want any more. In fact, we're very picky nowadays about what you're allowed to do to the outside of your building in the historic district. Really, in most of the districts too, but particularly in the historic district.
Hospital.
You're going to build a building, they're picking back down too, where it looks like how tall it's allowed
Used
to
to
be.
be a camera hospital.
Up to the left now. That's the back of that mansion I was talking about right there. The entire mansion is the restaurant part of the hotel. The restaurant is called 700 Drayton.
Oh, wow.
Which is its address too, 700 Drayton Street. It is fine dining, continental cuisine, and eat reservations. Guys, in fact, some of the restaurants, some of the rooms you can eat in there have 15-foot ceilings. It's very good. I've eaten there. You need reservations. They have a cooking school in there too. I took a class a couple of years ago called the Low Country Cuisine. This part of Georgia and South Carolina is called Low Country. That's because really there's no place more than about 40 feet above the ocean for a good 100 miles. For a good 100 miles in every direction.
Stop number 3.
Except for the city hall. The city hall is about 60 feet above the ocean. As a result, there are lots of businesses that call themselves low country air conditioning, low country dentistry, etc. all over town. This right here is our stop number 4 on your map. It's called the Forsyth Park stop right here. Stop number 4.